Hello Akuma fans, this is Charlie with the Gosiger Applications staff with another tip for you on the Akuma turning centers. Today I had a request from a customer to demonstrate how to use the advanced one-touch programming software to pinch turn on a turning center that has two turrets. This could be an LU or an LT depending on which model you have running. As you can see, I've already launched my advanced one-touch software. I've created a block in here that's 5 inches by 5 inches, and now we're going to demonstrate the primary way of making a pinch turn. This is where we're going to let the software dictate all of the variables for us. They will put weight codes in so that the turrets remain synchronized, and this is all done automatically for us so we don't have to think about it. First thing I'm going to do is highlight the process that I want to create and use the process edit button. Because that was blank, it assumes I want to create a new process, and here are all the different types I can use. We're going to use the Akuma balance cutting cycle, and once I have clicked that, it gives me the different cycles that the machine knows how to complete. In our case, we're just going to do a roughing cycle, and you can use that knowledge to transfer to a copy, finish, or a grooving cycle depending on what it is you want to do. So we'll just select the roughing, and we'll express to it that we're just going to rough an OD. We're going to try to keep it simple here. And I've already registered two CNMG tools, one on the upper turret, one on the lower. So here it's telling me this is my A turret. What tool number are we using here? I'm going to call it tool number 1 with offset 1, and all of the rest of the information was transcribed from the library where I've already defined this tool. You'll notice now we have another button down here you're not used to seeing for anything but the balanced cut, and that's the B turret tool. So when I click in that, now it's exchanged to the B turret, and I will explain to it which offset and tool position we're using for that tool as well. It's identical, so all of this information is the same, but I had to register it on the B turret so that the software knew to pick it up. Now I can go into my cut condition. I'm going to go ahead and leave everything at default because it's already set up for a material. And now I will define the shape, and this shape is defined exactly as you would a standard cut, and it is going to transcribe the information, or basically mirror it, so that the lower turret is going to be following the same profile. Now I'm just going to make a few steps on my way out the part here. You'll notice that as I'm typing these in, it is drawing the part for me as I go, just like the standard advanced one touch. And I'll just make a few more steps just to keep everybody happy and give us a little more time to talk while the machine is cutting. One more will take us out to the OD. We'll go to 5 inch. So now I have a nice little stair step. It could be any sort of part, but in this case I just want to keep it simple. Now that I'm done, arrow over one time just as you normally do. Click on your next tool path. Populate all of your variables. You notice now we have both an A turret tool index position and a B turret tool index position, and I'll just change those. I haven't taken the time yet to set my defaults, so we'll just set them at nice large numbers. My reference point is where the tool is going to be delivered before the start of the cycle, both tools. And I could do an intermediate point if I had something to get around, or an escape position. I don't have that, so I'm not even worried about it. Now I'm going to click on OK, and that process is locked in. You notice that it scheduled A turret and B turret, and there's a box all the way around it to show that it's a unified operation. If I go into my process test now and execute, we'll see both tools turning at exactly the same rate. Now, as most people who've experienced balanced cutting or pinch turning before, you know that it's a good idea to stagger these tools so that one tool isn't doing all the work and the other one's just kind of floating along for the ride. I do this by modifying my tool offset of the tool that's not expected to finish the part. I will simply add 10 or 15 thousandths to the Z offset, and then do the same to the X so that it is moving slightly ahead and slightly above in X from the standard tool. Now that I've done this, I happen to have a nice simulator here that has the collision avoidance software on it. So now I can run through that and show you, if I get out of EcoStop, I will be able to show you the process that the machine physically uses. So now I will simply click on cycle start, and you'll see both tools come in at the same time, and they are turning simultaneously. Now the program itself, let's see if we can speed this up a little bit so that we can experience what's going on. Right now, if these two offsets were exactly the same, these tools would be basically redundant. They would not be doing a true balance cut. I do suggest that when you do it the first time, go ahead and leave the tool offsets in a spot that you know to be accurate. And then once you've experienced the cutting conditions that you'll see during this pinch turn, then you can modify one of the tools to lead the other and perhaps leave a little extra stock for the second one. Now before I go too far into the world of pinch turning, I want to show you the program that it punches out. I was utilizing the advanced one-touch bolt-on software, so you saw an interface that looks slightly different. But if I do ask it to create G-code, it creates a turning can cycle, but each one of those steps has a wait command, a P code, to synchronize with the lower turret so that one does not get ahead of the other for whatever reason. So as soon as it executes this X4, it establishes wait command P8. Now if I run down to my other turret, P8 is also going to X4 for the lower turret. So that's how it's going to keep those two in line. I have seen people use a manual cycle for creating a pinch turn simply by individually setting up process A as a roughing tool, and then when they complete that, they come back in and do the same with B. If you do it that way, now you can utilize your finish allowance in X and Z to make that tool stagger, but I do prefer to utilize the balanced cut from Akuma. If you have any further questions, feel free to reach out to your local Gosiger applications staff. We're here to help you.